Hello and welcome back to Arcanum, where this place sucks. It's just generally kind of sad. Those trees are really nicely modeled, though. I don't know that I don't know if that's a different model or I just didn't notice in the forest. I missed the trees for the forest. Get it? Get it? What the fuck is this place? Excuse me, human guard. Hello. May I ask what this thing is? These are the infamous pits of Durnholm. I am in Durnholm. I fucking knew it. This is where you'll end up if you get on the wrong side of the law here in Durnholm. Jesus, really? May I enter? Ha! You're either jesting with me or a complete fool. No one who ever enters the pits comes out alive again. We toss the worst miscreants of society in there and then throw away the key. I mean, I am very curious. I am not completely serious, but I guess I'm going to say that anyway. I'm completely serious. I need to enter the pits. Look, you're starting to try my patience. If you don't leave here at once, I will throw you into the pits. I can assure you, you do not want that. Are you certain there is no way for me to get in? No, on your way, boy. I mean, I could just, like, hit you, right? And then maybe you'll throw me in. I would like to enter the pits. Give me the pits! Let me in the pits.
Hey, I don't understand why we're attacking such a decent time. I won't do this
Well,
much longer.
instead of throwing me in the pits, they just kicked the shit out of me. Battle axe to the chest. Oof. You know, I didn't give proper consideration to, load times and all that shit because of these bugs. Hello, game. Thank you. Well, I can just wait until morning. I do want to check out the docks, even though I don't think there's anything there. And then we've got a whole town. What is this waterway? This waterway doesn't make any sense. I guess it's sort of a makeshift moat. Maybe they dredged it out to protect the city from attack. What a lazy way to do it, though. It's important when you write a place, when you create a world, that you create it in a way that makes sense. Well, makes sense for, you know, natural reasons, but also for historical reasons. I've talked about this with my friend Spencer extensively, but there's a failing with a lot of writers to take into consideration the things that are implied but never seen. So, with my thinking just there, for example, what is the history of this place? Even if you never tell the player what it is, right? You should still have a history of some kind laid out, so that the place that you create is consistent with that history. If you make a place with no history, it's gonna feel like a place with no history. That's just what's going to happen. Not out of any, like, willful act of negligence, but just by virtue of the fact that when you write a place and you don't take into account the small details that come out of a history of a place being lived in or existing in general, you tend to write places that just fail to have it entirely. And they feel shallow and generally fail to be compelling. But I digress. I've been thinking a lot about writing and art and stuff in general recently because I've been trying to spend more time. I squander a lot of time, as we all do, but can I unjam this somehow? Huh. Fuck was that noise? What are you doing up? It's 1:45 in the morning. Finish my thought. As we all do, I waste a lot of my time, and I've been trying to motivate myself to get back into some of the creative pursuits and hobbies that I used to have. But it can be a struggle. It can be a struggle to find motivation, even when you really want to. Also, depression's fun. He grabs your arm as you pass by. Spare some coin for a poor old beggar, sir. Isn't this your fucking house? I mean, it's got 4 walls and a roof. Even if it doesn't have a door or windows, like, you have a house. You're not fucking homeless. No, I'm not giving him booze. I need that to make fuel. Apparently that all affects your karma in the game, which I think affects your ending, possibly, and possibly how people perceive you as well. But see, if anyone's homeless, it's me. I live nowhere, and what are you people doing up at 2 in the morning? I have no home. I'm just a murder hobo, like any adventurer. Greetings, madam. May I ask who you are? My name is Jaina Stiles. No, it isn't. You're too well off. You've got books. You've got a bunch of books. You've got a decently furnished place. You've got a fucking rug. Your name is not Jaina Stiles. I can't look at the thing right now. Is this the Toon girl? What are you doing here in Durnholm, Jaina? What am I doing here? Well, what does anyone really do in Durnholm? Not much to do in this town. Wasn't always this way, to hear the way my parents used to talk about it. She seems a little sad, sighing. I guess you could say I'm a healer if I'm anything at all. What sort of healing do you do? Well, I don't really do any of it very well. There hasn't been a decent doctor around here for a very long time, and our best midwife died not too long ago. I really want to learn, but there's not really anyone to learn from. She gets a determined look in her eyes. But I'm still trying. You see, it's really important to me that I become a great healer. Why is that, Jaina? Well, she looks at the ground. You see that it is difficult for her to talk about. There was a disease that came to Durnholm a few years ago. As I told you, there hasn't been a doctor here for a long time. We didn't have any medicines, and shipments from Tarrant are very scarce. And so? Well, my parents got sick, you see. Tears well up in her eyes. They were so brave right up until the end, but they died. Many others died here as well. No one around knew how to deal with such sickness, and so all we could do was sit here and watch our loved ones pass away. She dries her eyes. And it was then that I decided. What did you decide? Don't ask stupid questions. I decided that I never wanted to watch people die that way again. I decided to become a great healer, to save others from the pain I felt when I saw my parents die. And so that's what I've been trying to do. How are your studies progressing? Not too well, unfortunately. As I said, there's not anyone to learn from around here. I have a little healing skill, but I'm just no good at magic. She lowers her voice, leaning towards you. Actually, I'm very interested in some of the newer technological practices. Really? Do you think technology is better? Shh, keep your voice down. Don't you know? You can even talk about such things around here. It's the law. King Praetor got it in his old noggin a long time ago that technology is terrible and that he doesn't want anyone even thinking about it. She looks about. You see where that has gotten us. Do you know much about that sort of healing? Not a whole lot. I've read a few textbooks. I have to keep them well hidden, mind you. There really just isn't much to be learned around here. Well, why don't you leave? Go to Tarrant, maybe. She sighs. I can't really afford to. My parents weren't wealthy people, and I don't make much money here in Durnholm. Plus, it's not all that safe for a woman to be traveling all by herself. I'm afraid that I'm stuck here for now. See, again, writing inconsistency, where the story she tells is different from the world that I am looking at. This is sort of a version of the like ludonarrative dissonance thing that that term that got thrown around a lot a few years ago. It's just like I can see wealth in this room. You appear to be possibly richer than the king. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you'd like to come along with me. What? What do you mean? Well, I'm traveling. I could use a scientific healer. Really? I mean, I don't know very much. I don't know how much help I would be. Perhaps we could learn things together. She laughs aloud, clapping her hands together. Oh yes, that sounds wonderful. I mean, I'll work my very hardest to learn while we're abroad. You can count on me, sir. I won't let you down. So you'll come along then? You seem to have enough people already. Okay. Okay, so she's a healing companion. That is good to know. I can probably pump them up by charisma right now and get her if I want. But I also already have Virgil. And he doesn't seem as hesitant to heal Magnus as I thought, so maybe we're okay. Tell me a little about Durnholm. Oh, that's a long story. You see, Durnholm was once a powerful kingdom. I don't know a lot of history, but I do know it was once as powerful as Tarrant or Caledon. Really? What happened? Well, King Praetor decided long ago that he would tolerate no technology in his kingdom. He was, well, influenced by his mage counselors. King Praetor assumed the throne at a very young age, and he was very impressionable. Please continue. Well, eventually there was a war between Tarrant and Cumbria, and Tarrant was victorious. The Dragonites, King Praetor's elite guard, were almost all wiped out in the final battle. Durnholm crumbled, deteriorated into what you see here today. Tell me about the Dragonites. I don't know much about them, but if you talk to Liana I keep saying Del Par because it just makes more sense in Latin context. Liana Peldar, she can tell you much more. She lives by herself on the northern end of town. Yeah, I do want to go meet her because I expect she may either be a quest giver and or another companion. I guess that's it. Okay, next time on Arcanum. Well, this was productive because now I know about her. It's in your chest. I could swipe your gold, which would be real dickish. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep it. Next time on Arcanum, we're gonna explore a little more, scope out the rest of the town, which probably has Jack All in it, and then talk to Liana Peldar and see what she wants.